into Carson Stadium, Los Angeles, California. It's the Chargers and the Chiefs. And welcome into another NFL broadcast here at Jammin' Sports. The 7-3 Chargers, the 5-5 Chiefs. The Thursday night game on a Thursday night to kick off week number 11. Evil Dead has the Bolts -6. Still looking for my Chargers roster. There's the kickoff. We're underway, live from Los Angeles. Fielded by Capers at the 5-yard line. Brings it out over the 25. Out to the 27-yard line. First down, Kansas City. Chiefs led by their starting quarterback, Matthew Sinclair, the rookie out of Tennessee. All right. Going through my rosters one by one. Can't find the Charger roster. It's in here. I just overlooked it. First and 10, Kansas City. They'll start from their own 27-yard line. Just underway. There it is. I found it. On first down, Sinclair hands off to Braxton Givens. And Givens gets it out to the 29-yard line, a gain of 2 yards. Let's take a look at the Chiefs' offense. I know, Evil Dead, I know. Up front, Thomas, Carter, Hudson, Brooks, and Brooks. And then it's Cooper, Capers, Manning, Bennett, and Richardson. A gain of 2 yards for the Chiefs. It'll be 2nd and 8. This is the Thursday night game to kick off the week for Week 11. These days it would be the Amazon Prime Video game. In the old days it was the TNT game. Sinclair pump fakes on 2nd and 8. Throws outside, caught by Woods. Desmond Woods down to the 42-yard line. A gain of 13 yards in a Kansas City first down. Kurt Grove made the tackle. Number 20. In his 5th year out of Youngstown State, the defensive back. The Chiefs can get back in the AFC West race with a win tonight. They can pull to within a game of the Chargers with a win. The Chargers can kind of distance themselves in the AFC West if they win tonight. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead. Evil Dead has the Lightning Bolts -6. I like that. First and 10 from the 42-yard line. These teams played back in week 1. And the Chargers won that game 16-10. Von Manning makes his way out to the 47-yard line. Oh, Sherry's here too. Evil Dead and Sherry. And the Dream's in the house. Misty's here too. Say hi, Misty.
Not for long.
Misty says she's here, but not for long. She's going to sleepy sleep. On 2nd and 5 at the 47-yard line. Opening drive of the ball game. Sinclair in the shotgun. Sinclair hands off to Manning across midfield, and Von Manning out to the 46-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7 yards in a Kansas City first down. That'll move the chains. The Dream is in the house. The Dream, even though he spells it D-arm, he spells it the European way. Kind of like theater and meter and all that. First and 10 from the 46-yard line. Chiefs in charge of territory. 3 receivers to the far side. Sinclair in the shotgun. Sinclair to Manning up the middle, and Von Manning to the 41. A gain of 5. Let's take a look at the Chargers defense. The Chargers play a 4-3. Neely, Alexander, Nelson, and Boyd up front. Linebackers, Inman, Briggs, and Bolton. And the secondary for the Chargers, Grove, O'Neal, Collins, and Valentine. Second and 5 from the 41-yard line. Chiefs on the move. Sinclair under center on 2nd and 5. Sinclair hands off to Manning, and Manning breaks away. He gets down to the 34-yard line. A gain of 7 yards. Another Kansas City first down. A nice opening drive by the Chiefs. The other night, the Chiefs beat the Raiders 13-6 in a mild upset. This would be a bigger upset. First and 10 from the Los Angeles 34-yard line. Richardson in motion. Sinclair throws to Richardson. Out to the 34, no gain. Tyson Alexander on the tackle in his 9th year out of California. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. Gloucester Richardson on the catch. On 2nd and 10. Sinclair to Capers. And Marlon Capers, no gain. Kurt Grove, right there, number 20, coming up on the corner blitz to make the tackle. A gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and 9 for the Chiefs at the Charger 34-yard line. It'd be a 51-yard field goal attempt from here. Under 5 minutes left in the quarter. 3 receivers to the far side. Sinclair in the gun, back to throw. Throws underneath to Sims, and Sims gets tackled down at the 26-yard line. Short of the first down, a gain of 8. It'll bring up 4th and 1. Jack Sims in his 3rd year out of UTEP. This will be a 43-yard field goal attempt by Dylan Lance, the rookie out of Oklahoma State. From 43 yards to put the Chiefs on the board first. The snap, kick is up. Looks good. Is good. Chiefs take a 3-0 lead. 4:21 left to play here in the first quarter. We're live from Carson Stadium, Los Angeles, California. Week 11. Our Thursday night game to kick off the week on a Thursday night. Sometimes it lines up, sometimes it doesn't. Here at Jammin' Sports. Evil Dead with the Dream in the house. I'm Jimmy Jam. Sherry's here. Misty's here. And now Jeff West will kick off. Fielded by Grove, 2 yards deep over the 10, 15, 20, and Kurt Grove out to the 23-yard line. And that's where the Chargers will take over, 1st and 10. Down 3-0. Their first possession of the game, led by their starting quarterback, John Perry, in his 11th year out of UCLA. The 2-time Super Bowl winning quarterback, John Perry. Say it like you're French. Chérie. It's oui, oui, chérie. Chérie. Like that. 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. 3 receivers to the near side. Perry in the gun. Perry draws back. Throws. Gets it out to Lawrence. And Philip Lawrence out to the 34-yard line. A gain of 11. First down, Los Angeles. Let me say it like a real French person. Stupid American pig dog. There. I've been to France. I was stationed in Germany for a while. The closer you get to Paris, the ruder the French people are. First and 10 from the 34-yard line. Perry to Bennett, and Bennett loses 2 yards back to the 32-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 12. Luke Crosby comes up and makes the tackle. The second-year safety out of UNLV. It was my experience when I was stationed over in Europe. The Parisians, they're not nice. Now you get out in the French countryside away from Paris, and the French people are nice. But in Paris, they're stuck up. 2nd and 12 from the 32-yard line. Perry back, throws underneath the Washer. Tristan Washer out to the 44, a gain of 12. Oh yeah, it's true. I'm sure Cherie's father had the same experience. The only time Parisians liked the Americans was at the end of World War II. When they liberated France. After that, they became snobby and stuck up again. However, Paris has a lot of great restaurants. I will say that. First and 10 from the 44-yard line. Under 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Bennett up the middle to the 48-yard line. A gain of 4 yards. Let's take a look at the Charger offense. Up front, Taylor, Myers, Holly, Kennedy, and Ambrose. And then it's Thompson, Wallace, Bennett, Washer, and Tate. That was my experience too. I was about to say that. The one thing that really, I don't want to say impressed me, but in a bad way, about Paris was that it's not as clean as you would think it is. It's dirty. 2nd and 7. Perry throws outside to Bennett. Down the sideline. Bennett inside the 40. Down to the 36-yard line. A gain of 16 yards to Jake Bennett, the 7th-year running back out of Oklahoma, all the way down to the Kansas City 36-yard line. I mean, the Eiffel Tower was cool and all, but that loses its charm after about a half hour. The restaurants were good, especially the bakery shops. My goodness, the bakery shops are to die for. But other than that, I was not impressed with Paris. First and 10 from the 36-yard line. A Green Beret. Wow. On first and 10, Perry back. Throws to Tate. Incomplete. It's picked off by Curtis Williams at the 20-yard line. So Williams picks off the pass on the deflection. The 11th-year defensive back out of Virginia Tech. The Chargers turn it over, and Kansas City will get it back. Your dad was a Green Beret. Is Cherie's dad still alive? Matthew Sinclair comes back out. So the Chiefs will take over at their own 20-yard line. If he's still alive, thank him for his service for me. Oh, he passed in 2011. Well, I'm sure he was a great man. First and 10 from the 20-yard line. Matthew Sinclair under center on first and 10 to Manning. And Manning 2 yards out to the 22-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 8. Kurt Grove on the tackle. Right now in the AFC is just stupid right now when you look at the standings. Especially when you look at the playoff picture. I'll explain here in a second. Let me get my standings out. That's the old one. I need the new one. Here we go. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 22. Hold that thought for a moment. A minute 35 and counting. Sinclair to Manning up the middle. And Vaughn Manning to the 28, a gain of 6. It'll bring up 3rd and 2. You have 5 teams in the AFC that are tied with the best record at 7-3. I mean, that's how crazy the AFC is. We'll talk more about that in a second. 3rd and 2 from the 28. Big third down for the Chiefs. Coming up on a minute left in the first quarter. Manning gets stacked up. He will not get the first down. No gain. On the tackle, number 95, Austin Boyd, in his second year out of Harvard, the defensive end. With all the tiebreakers right now, though, the number 1 seed in the AFC at the moment is the team you're looking at here, the Chargers. They'd be the number 1 seed right now. Pittsburgh would be the 2 seed at 7-3. On 4th and 2, that's West back to punt. Jeff West, fielded by Thompson at the 18-yard line, and brings it out to the 21. First down, Chargers. Miami would be the 3 seed right now because they have the tiebreaker over the Jets at the moment. The Jets would be the 4 seed, and Cincinnati would be the 5 seed at the moment. And then you have 4 teams at 5-5, all trying to be the number 6 seed. New England, Cleveland, Kansas City, and Oakland. The AFC is very, very tight. Your dad was in the Navy? Yeah, he was the chaplain for, yeah, I think you told me that one time. 1st and 10. Perry throws down the middle, caught by Washer, out across the 40, out to the 43-yard line. A gain of 22 yards, and a Los Angeles first down. Tristan Washer, the rookie tight end out of Tennessee, their first-round draft pick. First down, Chargers. Chiefs up 3-0. Clock is running. 17 seconds. This might be the last play of the quarter. 1st and 10 from the 43. Perry under center. Hands off to Bennett up the middle, and Bennett out to the 50-yard line. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. Chiefs up 3-0 here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back to Carson Stadium, Los Angeles, California. Week number 11 here at Jammin' Sports. We're in the home stretch of the season here. The 5-5 Chiefs, the 7-3 Chargers. Chiefs lead at 3-0 as we start the second quarter. 2nd and 4 for the Chargers at the 50-yard line. They're in the offset eye. Perry draws back. Throws downfield. Caught. No, incomplete. Trying to hit David Thompson. It was broken up by number 35. Looking for 35 on my roster. Dennis Mitchell, the 3rd-year defensive back out of Louisiana Tech. He's down on the depth chart. It was hard to find. Nice play by Mitchell. He slapped it away. 3rd and 4 for the Chargers from midfield. Finishing up our baseball-football doubleheader today. We'll have a hockey game after this. Why not? 3rd and 4 from the 50-yard line. Perry looking, throws inside to Tate. Down to the 46-yard line. A gain of 4 yards. First down, Los Angeles. Deon Tate, the 3rd-year receiver out of Vanderbilt. My next game on the radio will be Saturday afternoon, as the local softball team has made it to the state sub-state. I'll explain what that means here in a second. 1st and 10 from the 46. Perry to Bennett, and Bennett down to the 41-yard line, a gain of 5. It's essentially a playoff game for our local softball team. If they win, they advance to the state tournament. If they lose, their season's over. And that's Saturday afternoon. It'll be at 4 o'clock my time, 5 o'clock Eastern. 2nd and 4 from the 41-yard line. Perry in the gun. Perry looking, throws underneath, incomplete. Our softball team went to the state tournament last season and ended up 4th in the state. They finished 4th. This season they're looking to win it all. They last did so back in 2014. 3rd and 4 from the 41-yard line. Perry in the gun. Perry draws back to blitz. He got hit as he threw, incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down. A well-timed blitz by Kansas City. Kansas City coming off that hard-fought win against the Raiders last week. They're playing the Chargers tough early. They're going to try it. This will be a 58-yard field goal attempt by John Carney. I wouldn't recommend this, but they're going to try it. The kick is up, and Carney, no, missed it. I tried to give it some English there, didn't work. It was off to the right anyway. The Chargers come up empty again. The Chiefs still lead at 3-0. And they'll take over at their own 48-yard line. Kansas City's going to have some great field position as Matthew Sinclair comes back out, the rookie quarterback out of Tennessee. Thursday nights are weird. You never know what you're going to get on a Thursday night viewership-wise. It's hit or miss. Usually it's miss for some reason. I've never figured out why it's hard to get people on a Thursday night. It just seems odd to me. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Sinclair to Manning up the middle, and Von Manning sidesteps a defender and gets out to the 39-yard line. A 13-yard gain by Von Manning in his second year out of Hawaii. Yeah, all I need is Cherie and you. That's right. That's all we need. Misty has gone to sleep. Misty goes to bed early. Gracie and I, we're night owls. I can't talk tonight. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. I think it may have been all that tobacco I was inhaling yesterday. I'll explain. Sinclair looking, throws to Givens, and Braxton Givens down to the 35. A gain of 4, be 2nd and 6. Where we went to play yesterday was to the north and west of Nashville in tobacco country, all right? We played Joe Burns High School. It's a rural high school. And it's in the middle of tobacco country. I mean, you smell it. It's... you come back and your clothes smell like it. Sinclair on 2nd and 6 to Harrington. Out to the 31-yard line. A gain of 4 yards. They'll bring up 3rd and 2. Eric Harrington, the 4th-year tight end out of Ohio State. And that'll bring up 3rd and 2 for the Chiefs. Yeah, she has... No, she doesn't have insomnia. She goes to sleep like this. She sleeps at a drop of the hat. In the I formation on 3rd down, Sinclair to Givens. And Givens is going to end up a yard short. Tyson Alexander on the play. Loss of a yard. It'll be 4th and 3. This would be a 49-yard field goal attempt for the Chiefs. Well, she wakes up in the middle of the night to pee a lot. On 4th and 3. This will be Dylan Lance. This will be from 49 yards to put the Chiefs up 6-0. The kick is up. Oh, that's a bad kick. It's no good. That was a low kick. He didn't get the best of that kick. It's still a 3-0 ball game. Oh, yeah, she popped the other night. she popped during the Raiders-Chiefs game. Remember, I was sharing stories about how she got pregnant? Actually, I think she popped during the fourth quarter of that game. Or started popping, anyway. She had 4 puppies. They all look like her. At least for now. All puppies tend to look alike when they're born. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Yep, they all seem to be healthy. On 1st and 10, Perry hands off to Sean Wallace, and Wallace, no gain. The 4th-year back out of Ohio State on the tackle, number 58, Mike Hegman, the former Cowboy, in his 14th year out of Troy, the linebacker. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Chargers. Another low-scoring game here for the Chiefs. Just a 3-0 ball game. They're in a lot of low-scoring games this season. On 2nd and 10. Perry fakes the handoff. And he's going to get sacked back at the 30-yard line. A loss of 9 yards. Making the sack, number 91, Arthur Randall, the rookie out of Harvard. And that'll bring up 3rd and 19. The Ivy Leaguer with the sack. I like the Ivy Leaguers. I like the Ivy Leaguers because it disproves the dumb jock theory. You can be smart and be an athlete. Just got to apply yourself. 4 minutes in counting. Here in the first half. 3rd and 19. 4 receivers set wide. Perry in the gun.
Here we go. Green 39.
Perry draws back. Looking, throws downfield. Caught by Tate. Across midfield to the 47-yard line. A 23-yard gain to Deon Tate. Excuse me, with a T. It'll be 1st and 10. You get off the interstate to go up to Joe Burns. To get to the school, you go by all these tobacco farms, all these barns, all the tobacco out in the field. It just smells like tobacco all the way there. And then the school just pops out in the middle of nowhere in this rural setting. It's a beautiful school, though. And the softball field was beautiful last night. But it just smells of tobacco everywhere you go. 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Perry in the gun. Yeah, healthy. Perry back. Throws downfield. Caught by Tate. Down to the 29-yard line. A gain of 18 yards and a Charger first down. The public address announcer sounded like this. Actually, they didn't have a public address announcer. I was just making that up. They didn't have a press box. I had to do the game from the grandstands. I went up to the top of the aluminum bleachers on the visiting side, and I called the game from up there. 1st and 10 from the 29. Perry drops back. Gets sacked again, back at the 36. A loss of 8 yards on the tackle, Kevin Crawford, in his 2nd year out of Connecticut. I asked the concession person, what town is this? They said Cedar Hill. And I said, well, I don't even remember passing a town. It's just, the high school just appeared out in the middle of nowhere. 2nd and 18 from the 36-yard line. Perry, play action looking, throws downfield, caught by Lawrence, down to the 17-yard line. A gain of 19 yards. It'll be a Charger first down. Oh, you don't know what it's like living here in Tennessee. It goes from city to country real quick. Real quick. There's not much in between. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Chiefs lead at 3-0 here at Jammin' Sports. welcome back to Carson Stadium, Los Angeles, California. Week 11 here at Jammin' Sports. The Chiefs and the Chargers. Chiefs lead at 3-0, but the Chargers are on the move. 1st and 10 at the Kansas City 17-yard line. There is a lot of rural area here in Tennessee, but for the most part, it's pretty. I mean, the country here is pretty. Rolling hills, trees. I mean, it's pretty. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Perry in the gun. Perry back, looking. Throws downfield, caught by Lawrence. Down to the 3-yard line, a gain of 14 yards. It'll be 1st and goal, Los Angeles. The best way I can describe rural Tennessee and how pretty it is, it reminds me of the Adirondacks up in upstate New York. If you've ever been up there, it's pretty. 1st and goal, Chargers from the 3-yard line. Perry in the gun. Both teams with 3 timeouts. Perry takes the snap, looks to the end zone, throws underneath the Lawrence. Touchdown, Chargers. A 3-yard touchdown catch by Philip Lawrence, the 9th-year receiver out of Tennessee. And the Chargers take a 6-3 lead. He spent all 9 years with the Chargers, Philip Lawrence. And now Carney with the extra point. It's up, and it's good. Chargers lead at 7-3 with 1:26 left to play here in the first half. And now the Chiefs, they still have 3 timeouts in 1:26. Well, Cherie can let you know how pretty it is here in Tennessee. The rural countryside is pretty. And if you like the outdoors, if you like fishing, all the rivers and streams here in Tennessee is good fishing. And it's good hunting here too, if you like to hunt. A 1:26 left in the first half. Derek White will kick off. Fielded by Capers, 2 yards deep over the 10, 15, 20, 25. And Capers out to the 28-yard line. East Tennessee is where all the mountains are, but they're not like mountains on the West Coast. But, you know, they're high hills. In Middle and West Tennessee, we have more like rolling hills, not full-fledged mountains. 1st and 10 Chiefs from the 28-yard line. Four receivers set wide. Sinclair in the shotgun on 1st and 10. Yes, Sinclair looking. Throws downfield. Richardson, a diving attempt, cannot bring it in. He was well covered by John Lynch, the 11th-year safety out of Notre Dame. It'll be 2nd and 10. We live just outside of Nashville, a suburb, but we're in the greater Nashville metropolitan area. Clarksville, I used to live up there when I was in the military, when I was at Fort Campbell years ago. I'm very familiar with Clarksville. Austin Peay University and all that. 2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line. Four receivers set wide. Sinclair in the gun. Sinclair dumps it off to Manning. And Manning is going to lose 3 yards back to the 25-yard line. And the Chargers take a timeout. It'll be 3rd and 3. The actual name of the small town we live in, that's right outside of Nashville, is called Carthage. Carthage. 3rd and 13 from the 25-yard line. A 1:10 remaining. here in the first half. In the I formation,
Green 39! Green 39!
Daniel in motion. Sinclair to Givens, and Braxton Givens out to the 28-yard line. He gets the 3 yards back. It'll be 4th and 10. The Chargers take a timeout. They want to get the ball back before halftime. They forced a 4th down. 1:06 remaining here in the half. What years was she there? When did she live there? It'll be 4th and 10 from the 28. She left the next day. What year? I need to know the time frame that she used to live up there. Clarksville was a pretty rough town when I was up there at Fort Campbell in the mid to late 80s. West back to punt, gets the punt away. Fielded by Thompson, and Thompson goes down at the 24-yard line. And that's where the Chargers will have it, 1st and 10. She was there for 6 months, 1993. I was there from 84 to 88 before I got shipped off to Germany. And when I was there, the main drag, 41A, there was a lot of bars, a lot of strip clubs that the GIs would go into. And it was Dodge City when I was there. It's a lot nicer now. The law came back to town. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Perry in the shotgun. Perry back, looking. Throws downfield. It's nearly picked off. Incomplete. Broken up by Randall Joyce, the rookie out of Wyoming. It'll be 2nd and 10. Well, Clarksville really cleaned themselves up around, I would say, I noticed the change because I used to visit up there a lot. Right around 98, 99, the local government finally took a stand, and all the strip clubs are gone now. There's all the bars on 41A, all the clubs, they're gone. They cleaned up the town. 2nd and 10 from the 24-yard line. Perry in the gun. Perry back. Looking, throws to Bennett. And Bennett out to the 29-yard line. A gain of 4 yards will bring up 3rd and 6. 40 seconds and counting left in the first half. James Kearney on the tackle, number 46. .30 seconds and counting. 4 receivers set wide. Perry in the gun. Perry draws back. Throws downfield. Caught by Thompson down the sideline. And he's forced out of bounds at the 46. The Chargers take a timeout. They're out of timeouts. So it was still crazy. It was right about 99. I remember the Titans had just come to town. Because what precipitated that was there was a mass shooting in Clarksville that involved like 7 GIs. And so Fort Campbell cracked down. They put the town off limits until the local Clarksville government would do something. So they basically forced Clarksville's hand, which I'm glad they did. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Perry in the gun. Perry back. Looking. Throws. And it's picked off by Joyce. He'll bring it back to the 48-yard line. So the Charger drive comes to a halt. 9 seconds left. Yeah, I remember it like yesterday because I remember the Titans. It was right about the time the Titans were set to start their first game here in Nashville as the Titans in the new stadium. And there was a news story early that week where there was a big time shooting in Clarksville that I think 17 GIs were involved in. I think 7 of them died, 10 were injured. And the post commander put all the businesses in Clarksville off limits. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Sinclair under center. Back to throw. Throws downfield, caught by Harrington, and they call a timeout with 4 seconds left. It happened at, I can't remember it happened at a bar. It happened at one of the clubs on the strip there, 41A. I don't know I can't remember the details. It was just bad enough where it scared the living bejesus out of Clarksville, because without the military business, all the businesses would go out of business. So the local legislature quickly, I don't know, Dylan Lance, right before halftime from 54 yards to make it a 1-point game. The kick is up, and the kick is no good. Thompson can return it from the goal line. Thompson out over the 20, and we go to halftime. Your halftime score, the Chargers 7, the Chiefs 3, here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Carson Stadium, Los Angeles, California. We're getting ready to start the second half. The Chargers lead the Chiefs in a low-scoring affair of 7-3. The Chargers come in at 7-3. The Chiefs at 5-5, 2 games back, tied with the Raiders for second. The Chargers will get the ball first. We're underway here in the second half. Fielded by Grove at the 5-yard line over the 20, 25, 30. Kirk Grove brings it out to the 37-yard line. The first game of Week 11, our Thursday night game on a Thursday night here at Jammin' Sports. John Perry comes out, the starting quarterback. He's thrown 2 picks, but the Chargers still lead at 7-3. The Chargers right now, if the playoffs started today, the Chargers would be the number 1 seed in the AFC, even though there's 5 teams with 7-3 records. Tiebreakers, they would be the number 1 seed. 1st and 10 from the 37. Perry to Wallace, and Sean Wallace loses a yard back to the 38-yard line. Actually gained a yard. It'd be 2nd and 9. On the tackle, number 54, Mark Grayson, in his 8th year out of Georgia. The Chargers would be the 1 seed. The Steelers would be the 2 seed. And the Dolphins would be the 3 seed. And the Jets would be the 4 seed at the moment. On 2nd and 9, Perry in the gun. Perry back. Throws downfield. Caught by Washer, the rookie tight end, down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 22 yards and a Charger first down. And the Bengals at 7-3 would be the 5 seed. And then you have 4 teams that are tied at 5-5 for the 6th seed. There's nobody 6-4 in the AFC. It goes from 7-3 to 5-5. Now the NFC is a bit different. We'll go over that in a second. 1st and 10 for the Chiefs, or for the Chargers, at the Chief 40-yard line. Los Angeles up 7-3. Perry drops back. Throws downfield, caught by Washer inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. A 21-yard gain by Tristan Washer, the rookie out of Tennessee. The NFC playoff picture right now. New Orleans at 9-1 would be the 1 seed. Tampa Bay at 7-3 would be the 2 seed. Dallas at 6-4 would be the 3 seed. Chicago at 6-4 would be the 4 seed. Detroit at 6-4 would be the 5 seed. And then you have 5 teams at 5-5 vying for that 6th seed. Perry to Bennett on first down, and Jake Bennett to the 12-yard line. A gain of 7 yards, it'd be 2nd and 3. In the NFC, You've got the Giants, the Eagles, the Vikings, the 49ers, and the Rams all at 5-5, all tied for that number 6 seed. So both conferences, especially the AFC, very, very tight. Coming down the wire here is going to be very interesting. 4 receivers set wide, Perry in the gun. Perry to Bennett up the middle, and Jake Bennett 6 yards down to the 6-yard line. Enough for the first down, 1st and goal, Chargers. Under 6 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. How is Camden a town? Well, I don't know. It just is. I just noticed that just now. I missed that earlier. 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Perry in the gun. Perry draws back. Looking. Steps up. In trouble. Throws it away. Smart play. Incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. 5:27 left to play here in the third quarter. Chargers up 7-3. Low scoring first half. On 2nd and goal. Chargers come out. Perry under center. Perry hands off to Bennett. And Bennett gets a yard out to the 5-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and goal. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast here, these two teams played back in week 1 in Kansas City, and the Chargers won that game 16-10. They had to come from behind to win it. I remember that. 3rd and goal from the 5. Perry draws back. Throws to the end zone. It's caught by Tate, but he's out of bounds. Incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. The Chief defense holds, and the Chargers will have to settle for 3. John Carney will come on, and this will be a 22-yard attempt. Chargers want to challenge this? Really? This was pretty obvious. I mean, he's clearly out of bounds. I don't know what they're smoking upstairs. I don't know what they saw there. But that's nowhere close. That's going to be a waste of a timeout. Early on the field stands, incomplete pass, smoking the good herb. So John Carney will come in, and this will put the Chargers up by 7. A 22-yard field goal attempt. Smoking the good herb. On 4th and goal, Carney comes on. The snap, kick is up. It's good. Chargers lead at 10-3. 4:53 left to play here in the third quarter. We're live from Carson Stadium, Los Angeles, California. Week number 11. Our Thursday night game to kick off the week here at Jammin' Sports. Let's take a look who they play next week. In week 12, let's see, the Chargers will play at Seattle, and the Chiefs next week will host San Francisco. We'll have a doubleheader tomorrow night, football doubleheader. It'll be Miami at Buffalo and Carolina at Philadelphia, and that will start at 8 o'clock Eastern time. There's the kickoff. Fielded by Capers, 2 yards deep over the 10, 15, 20, 25. Marlon Capers brings it out to the 31-yard line. Marlon Capers in his 11th year at Rutgers, 11 years in, and he's still returning kicks. That's the definition of macho right there. You usually get the youngins to return the kicks. 4:48 left to play here in the third quarter. Youngins, that's a Tennessee term. Youngins, your youngins. receivers set wide. Sinclair in the gun. Sinclair to Manning. And Manning gets a yard out to the 32. On the tackle, number 59, Bobby Bolton, in his third year out of Memphis. It'll be 2nd and 10, no gain. 4.5 minutes left now in the third quarter. Something here in Tennessee that the natives have not been able to explain to me. I'll finish that in a second. 2nd and 10 from the 32. Manning across the 40, across the 50, down to the 45-yard line. A big gain by Vaughn Manning. And that'll be, let's do the math, 18 and 15. I'm sorry, 18 and 5. A 23-yard gain. I was brain cramping. I'm still waiting for the Tennessee natives to tell me if the word yonder is a place or a unit of measurement. I'm still trying to figure that one out. It's over yonder. And when you ask for directions around here, everything is up the holler. No one can nail that down for me. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Sinclair under center. Sinclair fakes the handoff. Throws, dumps it off to Manning. And no gain. Well, actually gets to the 46. Be a loss of a yard. Well, now they say no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. On the tackle, Kurt Grove in his 5th year out of Youngstown State. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Chiefs. Chargers lead it 10-3 here late in the third quarter. In what has been a tough defensive game. Yonder is some distance in the direction indicated. Yeah, that really nails it down for me. 2nd and 10 from the 46-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Sinclair to Manning to the 41-yard line. A gain of 4 will be 3rd and 6. Also here in Tennessee, I've noticed, they don't say window, they say winder. I was looking out the window. 4 receivers set wide on 3rd and 6. Sinclair in the gun. Sinclair looking, throws, dumps it off to Richardson, escapes the tackle, has the first down inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line. A gain of 13 yards for Gloucester Richardson in his 8th year out of Pittsburgh. Yonder is slang for over there. I pretty much figured that's got to be what it is. But the way they use it sometimes is like a unit of measurement. First and 10 from the 28-yard line. 2.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. In the I formation. Sinclair to Capers, and Marlon Capers to the 25. A gain of 3 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. On the tackle, number 96, Dalton Nelson, in his 5th year out of LSU. Under 2 minutes left now in the third quarter. Chiefs on the move, trying to tie this game up. 2nd and 7, 3 receivers to the near side. Sinclair in the gun. Sinclair to Sims, and Jack Sims gets a yard to the 24-yard line. And that'll bring up 3rd and 6. Bolton on the tackle. 1.5 minutes left. It'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd and 6. 4 receivers set wide. Sinclair in the shotgun. Sinclair looking. Throws outside to Bennett. And Bennett cannot hold on. Incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down. Kurt Grove knocked the ball away. The all-pro defensive back. Chase Bennett, the rookie out of LSU, the tight end. And now the Chiefs will kick a field goal. Dylan Lance from 41 yards. The snap, kick is up. And the kick is good. The Charger lead is now 10-6 with 1:14 left here in the third quarter. We're live from Carson Stadium, Los Angeles, California. Week number 11 here at Jammin' Sports as we kick off the week with our Thursday night football game on a Thursday night. We'll have hockey after this. It'll be Colorado and Chicago, the Avalanche and the Blackhawks. We'll get a hockey game in. So with 1:14 left to play here in the third quarter, the Chargers now lead at 10-6. The Chiefs will kick off. Dylan Lance will kick off. This will be fielded by Thompson at the 4-yard line over the 15, 20, 25, and David Thompson to the 28. David Thompson in his 6th year out of Florida. A minute 11 left here in the third quarter. On a nice cool evening in Los Angeles, 64 degrees at kickoff. On 1st and 10, 4 receivers set wide from the 28-yard line. Perry, play action, throws, and it's nearly picked off. It was broken up by number 54, Mark Grayson, the 8th-year linebacker out of Georgia. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. The Chiefs almost got another tip drill there. A minute 7 left to play here in the third. It's been a defensive game. 4 receivers set wide. Perry in the shotgun on 2nd down. Perry will drop back. Throws underneath to Bennett. Works his way across the 40 to the 43-yard line. A gain of 15 yards and a Charger first down. Gracie just brought me a Coke. Say hi, Gracie.
Hi.
There you go. Thank you very much. First and 10 Chargers. 45 seconds left here in the third quarter. On 1st and 10, Perry in the gun. Perry back, looking, throws, and it's nearly picked off again. Adrian Bledsoe, the linebacker, breaks up the pass. It is 6th year out of Texas. It'll be 2nd and 10. Gracie went back into her bedroom. She's got her own PS5 in there. And I will say I'm proud of her. She bought it herself about 2 months ago. She saved up and bought it herself. 2nd and 10 in the offset eye. Perry hands off to Wallace, and Wallace across midfield out to the 46-yard line, and that's going to be a Chargers first down. An 11-yard gain, and that'll move the chains. And Los Angeles is in Kansas City territory once again, up 10-6. Chargers trying to remain in first place in the AFC West, remain the number 1 seed in the AFC. They are right now. This will be the last play of the quarter. Perry to Wallace around the outside, and Sean Wallace out of bounds. And that's the end of the first or third quarter. Chargers up 10-6. Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Carson Stadium, Los Angeles, California. Week 11 Our Thursday night game to kick off the week. The Chargers lead at 10-6. We start the fourth quarter. It'll be 2nd and 2 for the Chargers at the Kansas City 38-yard line. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead and Cherie. On 2nd and 2. Perry hands off to Wallace. Breaks the tackle. Outside, inside the 30, the 20, the 15, and he's down to the 14-yard line. A 24-yard run by Sean Wallace. He's the backup. The fourth-year back out of Ohio State. On the tackle, number 35, Dennis Mitchell, the defensive back. First down, Chargers. They'll have it at the Kansas City 14-yard line. A chance now for the Chargers to make it a two-possession game. Chargers trying to win the AFC West for the third straight season. They've won it 2 seasons in a row coming into this season. 1st and 10 for the 14. 4 receivers set wide. Perry in the gun. Perry back. Perry throws, and it's nearly picked off. Incomplete. Broken up by Curtis Williams. The 11th year defensive back out of Virginia Tech. Williams had an interception earlier in the game. It was intended for David Thompson, who was a bit underthrown. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the 14-yard line. On 2nd and 10. 4 receivers set wide. Perry in the gun. Perry draws back. Throws to the near side to Tate. Is he in? No, he dropped it. Incomplete. It was broken up by Joyce, number 21. Randall Joyce, the rookie out of Wyoming. We have an injury timeout. I didn't see who got shaken up there. I'm looking at my laptop to see the replay. It's on the Chargers. Kennedy is the injured player. He's the right guard. Russ Kennedy. Dick Tate? No, it's Dion Tate. Dion Tate, not Dick Tate. 3rd and 10 from the 14-yard line. In the offset eye. Perry to Wallace, and the Chiefs are right there. No gain for Sean Wallace. It'll be 4th down, and the Chargers are going to have to kick a field goal. It'll keep it a one-possession game. It'll put the Chargers back up by 7. They're letting the Chiefs hang around. The Chiefs are playing tough. I've heard that joke before. John Carney from 21 yards to put the Chargers back up by 7. The kick is up, and it's good. Chargers lead at 13-6. 6:49 left to play here in the fourth quarter. We're live from Carson Stadium, Los Angeles, California. Week 11, our Thursday night game to kick off the week here at Jammin' Sports. Next week, week 12, we'll have the Thanksgiving games. What are the Thanksgiving games this season? Let me see. I can't remember them offhand. The Thanksgiving games are Chicago at Detroit, Indianapolis at Dallas, and the Giants at the Saints. There's the kickoff. Fielded by Cooper at the 7-yard line over the 25, and Cooper brings it out to the 30-yard line. James Cooper on the return. The 4th-year receiver out of Texas Christian. 6:45 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Chargers up 13-6. If you missed the baseball game earlier tonight, the A's beat the Yankees 1-0 in Game 3. The A's take a 2-1 lead in that series. That best of 7. We'll have a doubleheader for you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. It'll be Miami at Buffalo, followed by Carolina at Philadelphia. On 1st and 10, Sinclair in the shotgun. Sinclair draws back, looking, throws down the near sideline. It's nearly picked off. Tim Valentine got his hands on it, number 23. The 8th-year defensive back out of Clemson. It'll be 2nd and 10. We've got NHL hockey coming up after this. It'll be the Colorado Avalanche at the Chicago Blackhawks. And that'll wrap up week 8 of that NHL season. On 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line, 4 receivers set wide. Sinclair in the gun. Sinclair back, looking, throws, incomplete. Threw it behind his intended receiver. He was looking for Desmond Woods. He threw it behind him. And that will bring up 3rd and 10. .6:37 left to play. Sinclair in the gun. Sinclair, it's a blitz. Throws outside to Manning. And Manning is taken down at the 33-yard line. On the tackle, number 58, Cameron Hall, the 6th-year linebacker out of Georgia. Just a gain of 3. It'll be 4th and 7. The Chiefs are down by a touchdown. Let's see if they go for it or if they punt. With 6.5 minutes left, they may punt. You never know at this point in the game what they're going to do. On 4th down, they're going to punt. Jeff West back to punt. Gets the punt away. They're going to trust their defense. And that's going to go inside the 10. Nice punt. All the way down at the 1-yard line. What a punt by Jeff West. The Chargers pinned deep in their own end at the 1-yard line. 6:06 left to play. We're in the 4th quarter. Chargers up 13-6. Now the Chiefs beat the Raiders last week 13-6. They're in another 13-6 ball game, but they're on the losing end of this one. From about the half-yard line, got to watch out for the safety. In the I formation on 1st and 10. Perry to the up back, Duncan. Steve Duncan, the fullback, in his 6th year out of Texas Tech. Gets about 1.5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8. Adrian Bledsoe, the linebacker, on the tackle for the Chiefs. Chargers need to get some breathing room here. It'll be 2nd down. Still got to watch out for the safety here. Perry to Bennett this time, and Bennett makes his way out to the 8-yard line. A gain of 5. It'll be 3rd and 3. On the tackle, James Reese, the 14th year defensive tackle out of USC. 5:20 and counting. 3rd and 3. Chargers would love to get a first down here, eat up more time. They come out in the I formation on 3rd down. Perry to Wallace, and Wallace does not get there. A gain of about 2 yards. Adrian Bledsoe on the tackle. It'll be 4th down. The Chargers are going to have to punt. And the Chiefs should get some pretty good field position out of this. One would think. So Derek White will come in, punting from his own end zone. The former Browns punter gets the punt away. And it'll be fielded by Kearney at the 40 across midfield. And James Kearney brings it back to the Los Angeles 46-yard line. James Kearney in his 9th year out of Tennessee. So the Chiefs have it in charge of territory, down by a touchdown. A golden opportunity for the Chiefs to tie the game up. 4:42 left to play in regulation. We could have overtime. We had a double overtime game the other day with the Chargers. and the Broncos last week, if you remember. Only our 7th ever double overtime. Sinclair in the gun. Sinclair looking. Throws underneath to Manning. And Manning out to the 43-yard line, a gain of 3 yards. Make it 2, be 2nd and 8. As Kurt Grove makes the tackle. Got a trivia question for you, Evil Dead. What happened on this day in history? What major event in the U.S. happened on this day in history 43 years ago? It was major. 2nd and 8 from the 43-yard line. 5 receivers set wide. Sinclair in the gun. Sinclair looking, throws to Bennett, and Chase Bennett down to the 27-yard line. A gain of 16 yards to the rookie, Chase Bennett, the rookie out of LSU, the tight end. Under 4 minutes to play, and the Chiefs have it at the Charger 27-yard line. Yep, you have it right. Which one? 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. 3 receivers to the far side. Sinclair in the gun. Sinclair throws underneath to Bennett, and Chase Bennett breaks the tackle and gets down to the 18-yard line. It was Mount St. Helens, that's right. 43 years ago today. A gain of 9, it'd be 2nd and 1. Happened on May 18th, 1980. That'd be 43 years ago, right? Yep, that's right. 2nd and 1 from the 18-yard line. Sinclair in the shotgun. Sinclair back. Throws, gets it to Richardson, down to the 6-yard line. Gloucester Richardson, a 12-yard catch. The 8th-year receiver out of Pittsburgh. First down Chiefs. Under 3 minutes left. True story now. I lived up in Washington State until the early part of 1978. And in the spring of 78, we went to Spirit Lake State Park at the foot of Mount St. Helens 2 years prior to the eruption. 1st and goal, Manning to the 5. Just a gain of 1 to be 2nd and goal. 2 years in geological terms is nothing. A lot of people died, yes. We moved back to Florida in it was June of 1978. We went camping at Spirit Lake. I think it was April of 78. Just 2 years prior to the eruption. 2nd and goal from the 5. 4 receivers set wide. Sinclair in the gun. Sinclair throws underneath, incomplete. He short hopped it. And that will stop the clock with 2:15 left. It'll be 3rd and goal for the Chiefs at the 5. Kansas City trying to tie the game up. They'll probably go for it on 4th down. 2-minute warning coming up. Chiefs come out. Sinclair under center. Sinclair, 3-step drop, throws a fade, incomplete. He was looking for Brian Jefferson, the rookie out of Georgia, number 83. It'll be 4th and goal. And that'll stop the clock with 2:11. They've got to go for it. They're down by a touchdown. He just tried to throw an alley-oop fade there, and the Chargers broke it up. A.J. Conley, the linebacker, broke that up in his 3rd year out of Marshall. It'll be 4th and goal. Chiefs going for it. Here we go. They spread the receivers wide. Sinclair in the shotgun. Sinclair looking. Throws to the end zone. Is caught by Richardson. Touchdown. Kansas City. He came back for it. A 5-yard touchdown catch by Gloucester Richardson. And the Chiefs can tie it up with the extra point. We could have overtime, but the Chiefs left a lot of time left on the clock. And now Dylan Lance will come on for the extra point to tie the game up. Kick is up, and it's good. We're tied at 13 with 2:07 left in regulation. But the Chargers, all they need now is a field goal, and they can retake the lead. We're tied at 13 with 2:07. Both teams, well, the Chiefs have 3 timeouts. The Chargers only have 2. They wasted a timeout on a challenge back in the third quarter. They do have the 2-minute warning coming up. This stadium used to be called the StubHub Center. They just now call it Carson Stadium. Dylan Lance will kick off for the Chiefs in a tie ball game. There's the kick. Fielded by Grove about 7 yards deep. He'll take a knee. It'll be a touchback, and the Chargers will start from their own 25. Tied at 13. We'll probably have one play and then the 2-minute warning, in all likelihood. It's been a tight defensive game, but we're tied at 13. This one going down to the wire. Overtime not out of the question. 1st and 10 from the 25. In the I formation. Perry hands off to Jake Bennett. Up the middle, Bennett a big gain. Out to the 41-yard line as we hit the 2-minute warning. We're tied at 13 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Carson Stadium, Los Angeles, California. Week 11, our Thursday night game to kick off the week. And we got a good one going. The Chiefs and the Chargers tied at 13. A tight defensive struggle that could be going to overtime. The Chargers have it 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Perry in the gun. Perry draws back. Looking. Throws downfield. Caught by Tate across midfield. And Tate down to the 38-yard line. That's a 21-yard gain to Dion Tate, the third-year receiver out of Vanderbilt. James Kearney on the tackle. And the Chargers are in Chief territory. All they need is a field goal to retake the lead. If the Chargers win, they'll have, for the moment, the best record in the AFC. Right now, there's a 5-way tie for the best record. But the Chargers have the tiebreaker at the moment. The Chargers, Steelers, Dolphins, Jets, and Bengals are all 7-3. That's how tight the AFC is. 1st and 10 from the 38. Perry hands off to Wallace around the outside. And Sean Wallace down to the 35-yard line, a gain of 3. The Chiefs are taking a timeout. They want to conserve time in case the Chargers score. A gain of 4 yards, it'd be 2nd and 6. It'd be a 52-yard field goal from here. I wouldn't recommend it. Get closer. The Chiefs at 5-5. They're trying to get back in the AFC playoff picture themselves. A win tonight would really help their cause. A loss would really hurt them. On 2nd and 6 from the 35. One receiver out wide. On second down. Crosby in motion. Perry to Wallace. And Wallace gets thrown to the turf. A 3-yard loss. Luke Crosby, the safety, came up and made the play. And that'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the Chargers. The clock is running, 1:10. It would now be a 55-yard field goal from here. I'm surprised the Chiefs aren't calling timeout. We're coming up on a minute to play. 3rd and 9 from the 38. Under a minute now. Perry under center. Perry to Bennett, and Jake Bennett gets the first down to the 27-yard line. And the Chiefs take a timeout. An 11-yard run by Jake Bennett, the 7th-year back out of Oklahoma. And that's a big first down because now the Chargers can force the Chiefs to eat up their timeouts. It would be a 44-yard field goal from here. Kansas City has but one timeout left. First and 10 from the 27-yard line. Chargers come out on 1st and 10. Perry to Bennett around the outside, and Bennett breaks a tackle and gets positive yardage and is forced out of bounds at the 23-yard line. A gain of 4. Luke Crosby forced him out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and 6. That'll stop the clock. The Chiefs don't have to use a timeout. 42 seconds left. It'll be 2nd and 6. They come out in the I formation. Perry to Bennett, and Bennett, no gain. Kansas City uses their final timeout with 38 seconds left. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. It'd be a 40-yard field goal from here. What the Chargers will do here, they'll probably just run a play to gain a few yards and then run the clock all the way down and then kick a game-winning field goal with a couple of seconds left. That's what I would do. Third and 5. Chargers come out in the I. Perry to Wallace, and Wallace is going to lose a yard back to the 24. It'll be 4th down. Adrian Bledsoe on the tackle. So now we're looking at a 41-yard field goal for John Carney. He'll come on out. The Chargers will run this thing all the way down. The Chiefs do not have any more timeouts. Let's see if the Chargers take a timeout or just kick it. Here we go for the win. John Carney from 41 yards. The kick is up. The kick is good. The Chargers win it on the last play of the game. Your final score: the Chargers 16, the Chiefs 13. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. We've got NHL hockey up next. Colorado and Chicago. We'll see you then.